Welcome to this video in which I discuss the Sicilian defense, one of the most popular and successful openings in the game of chess. The Sicilian defense has been used by some of the greatest chess players in history and offers many opportunities for aggressive and creative play. In this video, we will explore the different variations of the Sicilian defense, the strategies associated with it, and why chess players of all levels should consider using it. So if you are interested in improving your chess game, or just curious to find out more about the Sicilian defense, stay with us and start the journey with us. The Sicilian defense occurs after White's first two moves, in which he moves his king pawn from square at to square f4 and Black responds by moving his king pawn from square s7 to square s6. White's third move consists of an attack on the Black pawn with his own queen pawn from the d2 square to the d4 square, to which Black responds by moving his own queen pawn from the d7 square to the d6 square. This is the beginning of the Sicilian defense. The Sicilian defense is considered a very aggressive and dynamic opening, as Black tries to control the center of the board and put pressure on White from the very first moment. However, the Sicilian defense can be very tactical and requires great attention from both players. There are many variations of the Sicilian defense, but they all focus on the idea of moving the Black pieces so as to control the center of the board and attack White on both sides of the board. Professional chess players often study the Sicilian defense and its variants in depth to be prepared for all kinds of game situations. The Sicilian chess defense is one of the most widely used and aggressive openings in the practice chess game. If you want to improve your game and become a stronger chess player, it is worth studying this opening and its variations to become an expert in the Sicilian defense. It is a very complex and varied opening, with many variants and subvariants that can be used by chess players. Below, I will give you a general overview of the main variants of the Sicilian defense. Najdorf variant. This is one of the most popular and complex variants of the Sicilian defense. Black plays the move 6. a6 to prevent the advance of the White b5 pawn and develop his own knight on the b4 square. Scheveningen variant. This variant is played when Black plays the move 6. e6, creating a crocodile hook pawn structure on the d6 square. Dragon variant. In this variant, Black tries to create a strong flank of his queen bishop on the g7 square, preparing an attack against White on the king's side. Accelerated dragon variant. This variant is played when Black tries to accelerate his development by playing the move 2 and c6 instead of 2. d6. Kalashnikov variant. In this variant, Black plays the move 5. f5, trying to control the center of the board and force White to make inaccurate moves. Sveshnikov variant. This variant is played when Black plays the move 5 and d5, creating a crocodile hook pawn structure on the d6 square and preparing an attack against White on the queen's side. Taimanov variant. In this variant, Black plays the move 5 and c6, preparing his own development and controlling the center of the chessboard. Alapin variant. This variant is played when White plays the move 2, c3, trying to control the center of the chessboard and preventing Black from playing the move d5. There are many other variants of the Sicilian defense, but these are the most common and important. Each variant requires deep understanding and proper preparation, as they can be very complex and tactical. Professional chess players often study the Sicilian defense and its variants in depth to be prepared for any kind of game situation. The Sicilian defense is one of the most popular and effective openings for Black in response to White's move 1, f4. This opening was developed and used by Sicilian players in the 19th century, which is why it was given the name Sicilian defense. In this opening, Black gives up control of the center of the chessboard initially, but tries to attack the White center with his pawns and quickly develop his pieces into attacking positions. The Sicilian defense is very tactical and offers many opportunities for Black to attack, particularly against White's king's side. However, it also requires a great knowledge of variants and counter-variants, as well as a deep understanding of chess strategy and tactics. In general, the Sicilian defense is a popular choice among chess players trying to win with Black, as it offers many possibilities for attack and tactical play. However, it is important to note that each opening has its own advantages and disadvantages, and the choice of a particular opening depends on the individual preferences of the player and the specific needs of the game. The Sicilian defense has been one of the most popular and successful openings for many great chess players throughout history. Some of the most famous players who have used the Sicilian defense include Garry Kasparov. The former Russian world champion often played the Sicilian defense during his career, particularly the Najdorf variant. Bobby Fischer. The former American world champion was known for his aggressive play and often used the Sicilian defense against White's opening effort. Magnus Carlsen. The Norwegian world champion used the Sicilian defense on several occasions, demonstrating a deep knowledge and understanding of its variants. Viswanathan Anand. The former Indian world champion has used the Sicilian defense throughout his career, demonstrating great mastery of its more complex variants. Mikhail Tal. The legendary Soviet world champion was known for his creative and imaginative play, often using the Sicilian defense to create tactical situations and complications. These are just a few examples of great chess players who have used the Sicilian defense successfully. The list is long and includes many other famous players who have used this opening to achieve great success in the game of chess. There are several ways to learn how to use the Sicilian defense. Study the variants. The Sicilian defense has many complex variants and counter variants, so it is important to study the most common variants and the strategies associated with them. There are many books, videos, and online resources available to learn the variants of the Sicilian defense. Match analysis. Watching matches of the great masters who have used the Sicilian defense can help you understand the different variants and strategies. You can find many matches online or in chess books. Practice. Practice is key to improving in the game of chess and learning how to use the Sicilian defense. You can play games against other chess players or against a computer using the Sicilian defense to gain practical experience. Post-game analysis. Analyzing your games and understanding where you made mistakes can help you improve your game and learn new strategies for using the Sicilian defense. In general, learning the Sicilian defense takes time and dedication, but with constant practice and careful study of the variations and strategies associated with it, one can become proficient in using this opening. And that concludes our video on Sicilian defense. We hope you found this overview useful and interesting. If you would like to further deepen your knowledge of the Sicilian defense, we encourage you to continue studying its variants and the strategies associated with it. Remember that constant practice is essential to improve in the game of chess, so we recommend that you play many games using the Sicilian defense. Thank you for following us to the end, and see you in the next video. Good luck!